Welcome back everyone to part 4 on setting up a basic Django project. This time let's take a look on static and media files configuration. Mostly static for now, but let's set up also for media. I have put in here some image. You can use your own. This one is for Django, and yeah, I'll be using that one. Now I will move this to my other screen, link in the description as always. Now in my site, let's create a folder named static, and inside static let's create yet one other folder named image or img, and I'm gonna drag the Django image to this folder. Now let's go to settings and let's configure things in a way that we can display images. So the static URL is the public URL for the static files. But now we need a sort of an internal path for our static files. One thing is to say that they will be served at localhost slash static slash django.png, and other thing is to say that they are coming from my site static image django.png, and that's what we will do now. So let's define in caps lock static files underscores dirs, and make this a Python list with base dir slash static. Django will look up for your static assets in this directory. Now base dir, it's defined up here, and it's the base directory of your project. So it should work fine just like that. Okay. Now this is for development. When we go to production, we want things to work with a better performance. We can define the static root, and we will be running a specific command to make static root work when we are in production. So let's define it already. Base dir, and this time let's make it different and say that it's static files. So both of these are doing the same thing. This one will be for development, and this one will be for going live. So when you want your performance to be better. That's it for the static files. And let's also define some media directories. So media root, let's say that it's base dir, no string, base dir slash, and now yeah, media. Again, a little bit like before, the names are tricky, but media root will look for your media files in your project. So in the future, we will have a media folder in my site, and Django knows where to get your media files through this directory. And then other thing is to say that you have media URL, and let's make it just slash media slash, and this is your public URL, localhost slash media slash django.png, for instance. Okay, we'll go back to the media later. For now, let's take a look on static files and how can we display images. We need to map the static files in URLs, the main file, so not the one in use, but the one in my site. Let's add some things in there. So URLs patterns plus equal, and let's use the static function with settings dot static URL, static underscore URL, comma, and the document root is going to be settings static underscore root. And then for media, super similar. Instead of static URL, let's make it media URL and media root. We need to import static and settings. So let's start with settings. From Django.conf import settings, and from Django.conf urls.static import static itself. That's good. So it's mapping from the public URL to the server directory for both cases. Let's take a look on how to display images in Django. Let's go to index, and we will use a template tag. Can put it on the first line, and the template tag goes like this. It's something very specific for Django. Load static, and now we can use the static template tag. Let's create an image and say that the source is static, and pay attention to these curly braces with percentage signs, static, and now it's a matter of putting the location image slash django.png. Can put the alt, it's optional for now, and let's go to the browser, reload it, and there you go, images in Django. Now for the media files, we will be learning on how to do that with the next video, which is about databases. Let's go!